State and federal laws rarely intertwine and are arbitrated accordingly in either state or federal courts. But does this mean a final state court decision can never be reviewed by the United States Supreme Court? We'll see whether the Supreme Court can review a challenge to a contract formed under state law in Indiana ex rel. Anderson versus Brand. Dorothy Anderson was a schoolteacher in Indiana. In 1924, Anderson entered into a contract to work at a township school. Anderson continued to teach at the school, and beginning in 1931, Anderson's contract included a clause that stated that the Teachers Tenure Law would be in full effect. The tenure law held that teachers who taught for 5 or more successive years would become permanent teachers with indefinite contracts. The tenure granted by the law was recognized as a contractual right. As such, the tenure law mandated that teachers could only be fired with just cause after a hearing. From 1924 until 1932, Anderson continued to teach and signed a new contract every year. However, in 1933, Anderson was notified that her teaching contract would be canceled for cause. In that same year, the tenure law was amended and no longer included teachers who taught at township schools. Anderson filed a state court action against Harry Brand, the Indiana school trustee. Anderson claimed that if she was terminated, this would be a breach of her teaching contract because the tenure law should protect her employment. The state demurred on 2 grounds. First, the school officials had authority to make decisions about terminating employment contracts under the Tenure Act. And second, the tenure law had been repealed for anyone teaching at a township school. The repeal of the township provision in the tenure law didn't impair Anderson's contract or deprive her of a vested right under the Constitution. The trial court granted the state's demurrer. Anderson appealed to the Indiana Supreme Court. On appeal, the court affirmed the lower court's judgment on the second ground of the demurrer. The United States Supreme Court granted cert.